Hi and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do the poll-winning ice cream of Japanese apple. So if you want to see why I put that up and how I made it, stick around and I'll show you. So my wife and I were lucky enough to go to Japan for our honeymoon along with the Philippines, but we went to Tokyo. We stayed in Shinjuku and it was amazing. The holiday itself was just, a once in a lifetime kind of opportunity. And we were walking around Shibuya actually, and there was this a small little ice cream seller in a cart, really old fashioned, but he had some really unique flavours, and one of them was just apple miso. And I really wanted to try it, so it was boiling hot that day. We went there, got some scooped up, and it was astonishing, really good. It had this completely unique kind of flavour and texture to it, something like I'd never had before, and I really wanted to try it. So it's been a while, a few years since our honeymoon, and I thought it would be a great opportunity to remember that amazing holiday and make some of that ice cream myself. I tried to find some Fuji apples. It's not easy to get that kind of thing over here in England, so I went with the closest thing that was available. Colour wise they're pretty close. I think Fuji apples are a little bit sweeter than these are pink ladies, but they will do the job absolutely fine. And along with that we're going to use some white miso paste, which is basically a flavour enhancer but with notes of kind of sesame, and it's a kind of warm flavour. It's really difficult to, it's umami. So let's just get stuck into it and talk about how I made this ice cream. So the first thing we did was take our apples. We want to get 200 grams of apple here, chop them up into nice little cubes and put them into a pan along with 100 grams of sugar and 50 grams of water. You're going to heat this up in the pan for quite a while. It takes about half an hour, 45 minutes, until the apple breaks down really nice and soft. And then you're going to add in your miso paste. So I've added just over 13 grams of the miso paste here. Stir that in nicely, make sure that's all completely warmed and incorporated, and then you're going to just let that cool down for a few hours. Once it's completely cooled down, you're going to put it in your blender and go to town. You're going to really blitz this within an inch of its life. You want it as smooth as you can possibly get it. You want it really smooth, but you don't want to take all the texture of that apple out. You want to just leave some of those fibres free. Once it's all completely blended, pop it in a container and we're going to prepare our ice cream base. For this, you're going to start with your milk and then add in all of your apple puree, finally the remaining sugar and your milk powder. Get it all nicely combined to make sure everything's emulsified. Then you're going to see here actually that the base split. Now I wasn't expecting this to happen, which was quite unusual. So what I did here was take a small teaspoon of sugar and a quarter teaspoon of sunflower lecithin. Mix the sugar and the lecithin together and then added that back into the split base. Turn the heat off and then just gently combine it, whisking it slowly, and then as you can see the base started to come back together. This is a really good way to rescue an ice cream base that has curdled. This won't work if you've done an egg base, as you're going to have the lumps of egg all through your ice cream, but here as we've gone eggless, it's not a problem. We've managed to save this ice cream. Once your base is finished, you're going to put it in the fridge to completely chill. I left this in overnight and then take it out, one final stir, because you really are going to see an unusual base consistency here. All those apple fibres are going to swell overnight, which is exactly what you want. Pop it in your ice cream machine and churn. This will look unusual to churn, but that is perfectly normal with this ice cream. I promise you, it will turn out perfect at the end. When it's finished, put it in your containers, pop it in the freezer to completely harden off. So it's been a few days since the ice cream was made. We're going to get some scooped up into a bowl and see what it turned out like. Scooped really nicely. You can see the little flecks of apple flesh in there, and that's something that we really wanted to recreate based on the one that we tried. A couple of things: the lecithin, ignore the brand, that's the important part for bringing this base back together. If you struggle and have made a fruit-based ice cream and it has split while you're heating it or cooking it on the hob, you run a really good chance of getting it back with that, as long as it's not egg-based. Like I said, if you use eggs and it splits and curdles, you're not going to do anything with it because you're going to have lumps of egg in there. But what you could do is strain those bits of egg out and then treat the base with less thin to bring it all back together. That is another possibility. We'll talk about that in another video. Let's try some of this ice cream and see how it turned out. It's so different to other ice creams. It's almost like a one-off. It's a very unique thing, this. And that's, we spoke about it when we actually had it in Tokyo, and you get the aftertaste of apple, but you get this warming kind of toasted flavour to it that comes from this miso. I mean, it's just made from soybeans and water with a bit of salt in there. But when you smell it, it smells malty. And that's something that we spoke about the other night, is when you compare it to malt extract, there's some real similarities there. So there's obviously some flavonoids that interact together to create that same kind of flavour, and that is what it does for your ice cream. It's really good. You know, it's the first time I've used miso in ice cream, and it probably won't be the last. What's really nice though is you get those little bits of apple on your palate, in your teeth, on your tongue as you're eating it. It creates a multifaceted kind of thing when you're eating it. A lot of ice cream just melts, but this one, as you eat it, you can taste it. You've got a textural thing that you can bite onto that also has that flavour as well. So it's really unique, and it's unique in a great way. So if you want to try an ice cream that is different, apple flavoured, you could probably get a different flavour based on the type of apple that you use, but I really recommend trying this one. It's a very special thing from Japan on our honeymoon. I hope you do try this one. Let us know if you do and what you think of it. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.